Rocky Mountains emerged from the seafloor. 60 million years ago, they reached their peak height, twice what it is today. Then, for millions of years, the Rockies slowly eroded away to half their original height, until 3 million years ago, another dramatic chapter in their story began that would transform them into the mountains we know today. Erosion and volcanism completely transformed the terrain and buried the Rockies. But then, over millions of years, rivers flushed out the eroded rock. Most of it is thought to have ended up in the Missouri and Mississippi rivers, from where it was transported into the sea. What's left are the mountains we see today.
Hi folks, Dave Woodard. I am here to explain one more time about Wyoming. One more, that's it. And the video you just saw about the Rocky Mountains being twice as high as they were way back, and then eroding down. So all of the Rockies spread out everywhere, right? So the way Forrest Fenn says, I hit it in the Rocky Mountains of Wyoming. That's why he specifically said it that way. Because the Rocky Mountains in Wyoming spread out everywhere. So you have Wyoming in New Mexico. You have Wyoming in Colorado. You probably have New Mexico in Wyoming. It all spread out all to every other state, which weren't states at the time that this all happened. Because all of the erosion, 2 times the height they are right now. And they eroded down. So that's why Forrest Fenn said specifically, the way that he announced, I hit it in the Rocky Mountains of Wyoming. And I put up definitions so people understand what of is. Of is a part of something. And I put in the definition for emplaced, for Palisades Sill, because something was put there during the ice age or the erosion or whatever from probably Wyoming, Colorado, all of those other places. It all came down and ended up in New Mexico, and some of it went out to the sea. It was all spread out everywhere. That's why Forrest agreed to say that it was in the Rocky Mountains of Wyoming. All the other crap that you see in that whole document is all set up there from Shiloh. It's in probably Zoe. Zoe's the one that took ownership of the estate. So as far as that actual quote, that is why Forrest Fenn agreed to say that it was in the Rocky Mountains. He was able to put that statement into the document. This document originated in February of 2021. So it was settled on in June. Now, September, this is a supplemental document just for Shiloh and Zoe to have Forrest Fenn. Like they forced him to put this document out, and he agreed as long as he was able to put that statement in there to show just in his own heart, because Forrest Fenn did not want to lie. He was covering for his family, Shiloh, he was covering up the disgraceful thing that they did because he couldn't rat him out. He was getting ready to die. He was getting ready to pass away. But this whole thing, horrible, horrible thing that happened to Forrest Fenn, he agreed to say it was in the Rocky Mountains of Wyoming in 2009, 2010 when he hit it. And it stayed there for 10 years until Shiloh went and dug it up and then set up the whole thing for Wyoming. All this whole big scam. And if you people don't believe that, you need to really start looking at some of the facts of what's behind this. Okay, as far as this whole ordeal going on right now, Forrest Fenn, if you watch my Forrest Fenn Innocent video, it has a lot of information there. But I know now I've got some of it wrong. It was I thought it might have been Shiloh writing the remembrance letter. It actually probably was Forrest Fenn writing the remembrance letter, because he knew in July of 2019 that the actual treasure chest had been found. That's why you see this new email stuff popping up from Dale. Forrest Fenn was waiting for that man to tell him, hey, I actually retrieved the treasure chest. Forrest Fenn knew that I found the treasure chest, final resting place. You people ask me why I didn't get it. Watch my videos. I had law enforcement behind me, I would have lost a 20-year career getting arrested, digging it out. And it should have been safe, but Shiloh knew about it. You people you don't understand, you don't get it yet. But the actual true solve is out in my videos. Watch from poem to treasure. That tells you right there the exact perfect map. The first part of the poem for the clues. These clues are specifically set up in a way for you to find the treasure, and the last set of the clues are how to retrieve the treasure. People don't get it. It's okay. I'm not trying to force feed it to you, but I have people that tell me I don't understand this or I don't understand that, and I try to explain it to each individual person. But as a group, there's about 20 people. Again, like I said, I went on a chat the other day on one of the channels, and people just bust balls. That's all this whole community, from what I've seen, they pick on each other for their own solves because they think their own solve is correct. So they don't even want to entertain listening to somebody else. Well, I'm telling you right now, all you folks that said you wanted someone to come forward, I came forward. I stepped up. I knew the whole situation. I knew it last year or actually the year before, when they announced that it had been found, like something was messed up. I knew it. I didn't know who to go after. So once Shiloh said that it was Jack, and he announced that, so it would, because Forrest Fenn didn't. You people know that. You people know that Forrest Fenn had an issue with Jack. There was no public announcement. Hey, Jack is the one who solved it. Jack spent all that time working on this. There was a lot of big bullshit that went on from Shiloh pulling in Jack because Forrest Fenn giving me the acknowledgement. Now, you people have to realize and watch the story in my videos, and you will understand why this timeline all works out. One person, folks, one person solved it, and it's me. That's why I'm confronting Shiloh. And the people that want to push me back down, I'm not going to let you do it. You've asked for the truth. I'm giving you the truth. I'm going directly to where the problem is. Okay? If you have a fire in the middle of the street, you don't start hosing down a house on the end of the street that's not even burning, right? Well, that's what you guys are doing. I'm going directly to the source of where this whole thing started from, and he is the one who took the treasure chest from all of us, especially me, the guy who solved it. And if you don't understand that solve, then it's sad, because Forrest Fenn's creativity and beauty in this whole solve, I've answered everything in my other videos. If you don't want to take the time and look at it and understand the Kent and Esther cross, I mean, that is amazing, the way that he brought it in and brought the two movie stars into connect for the ugly, homely girl in Vietnam, and the Kent looking for Lewis and Clark. It's looking for Lois and Clark. Canasta. It brings in the canasta. It's Kent and Esther. It brings in the androgynous name. It brings in when he's in the airplane. Okay, listen to the way the Forrest Fenn says this specific paragraph. Well, I suddenly wished I hadn't taken a drink back at the club. The upside was that I didn't have trouble staying awake after that. The downside, though, was that I covered a few million people with my thumb, and it took me to another dimension in my mind, a place I would not visit again until the grave marker entered my life, into my life. Years later, I would meld those thoughts into one, the sum of which would change my life, and I am coming to that. Right there, he's telling you that's where he got the idea to meld Kent and Esther as Canesta together. And it people that don't see it, it's a shame. It's truly a shame that you don't see the creativity in Forrest Fenn's beauty here, because this map the, the Fenn family, they are going to admit that this is the solve. They're going to have to, because there's no way. Dancing with the Stars, that's how it all fits in. And the imagination, I'm going to do a video on that. And the imagination is more important than knowledge. You have to have that creativity that he's doing here. It's imagination is more important than knowledge. And I will put that video out very shortly. But I wanted to concentrate on this Wyoming crap again, because everything in that document, that supplemental document that Shiloh wanted, Forrest didn't give a crap about it. Forrest said it was a guy from the East. Forrest said he found the treasure by solving the clues in the poem. Jack did not do that. Jack admitted that he just wandered the woods for 25 days, and Shiloh agreed that it was Jack. You people know that this fraud that's gone on here, and I'm trying to bring it to the surface. If you people don't want to listen, then don't listen. If you don't like my videos, don't watch them. People watch it for the entertainment factor, which is fine. I'm happy with that. But when you sit there and try to bust my balls because I'm giving you the real, actual, true solve, then I have an issue with it, because then you're picking on Forrest Fenn's creativity. Okay, that's why I get upset. I don't give a shit if you want to pick on me. Go ahead. You guys do all the time. One guy, oh, you're getting bald. Yeah, hey, that's what happens in old age. So the ball busting, go ahead and do it. But you're only belittling yourself for your intelligent level. I'm telling you right now, this solve is going to come out as the #1 actual true solve. Eventually, when you realize that the creativity and the imagination is more important than knowledge. You're taking that knowledge and etching it in stone and not looking at the creative side of this. And that's what you need to do. That's the problem here, what everybody doesn't do. They have in their mind how you actually, like this line means a certain thing. When he says, if you've been wise and found the blaze, look quickly down, you're going to see the treasure chest. You're not. There's still more lines there you have to figure out. If you think he's going to put a $3 million chest out in the woods and then you find the blaze and then look down and find it, it's not going to happen. Forrest Fenn could not make it back up to the blaze on that ridge. So he created another whole set of things where the T.S. Eliot comes into play. And you end up back where you started. You end up finding his actual secret place. That ridge up on Palisades Hill, across from Palisades Hill. And you have the cross for my church is in the mountains. There's so many things that line up there. The blaze is the fire pit, which is the end of his rainbow. Everything. I've answered everything for you folks. And these other weirdos, there's 20 of them that just can't get through their head that this is the actual true solve. And I put it out there. People watch it, and there are people that I know, they know that this is the actual true solve. And I'm trying to come forward to let everybody know, but you get shut down by Shiloh's little jackass wolf club that he calls, and Robert McQuaid, Bo Arrow, they're still at it. Kim G. They're the only 3 I see. But the other ones, maybe they've been paid off and they're all done because they don't want to be involved with the fraud. But these guys are involved with the fraud. Kim G., Robert McQuaid, Bo Arrow. And Bo Arrow, I guarantee, is Shiloh. So you folks can bust my balls along with them. But I'm trying to do the honorable thing to protect Forrest Fenn. And Dale Neitzel, if you're out there, I thought about doing a video on just on you. You're the one that putting these emails out. Now, you just put these emails, I'll put up now, about Forrest Fenn waiting for the guy to send him an email, right? But you didn't know what it was about. I sent him 2019, July, the end of July, maybe beginning of August. I don't remember. I mailed it. I didn't email it, but I mailed that picture, and I'll put that up. I mailed it to Forrest, so he knew that someone found the final resting place. And folks, a lot of you folks with imagination and brains out there will see that. That final resting place that was found by me, and I sent to Forrest Fenn in the end of July 2019. That's why you're getting these emails to Dale that says, when's the guy going to contact me again? And Forrest Fenn screwed up by telling Shiloh where the final resting place was. And Shiloh went and took that treasure chest from me and from every one of you that I left it there if you had figured it out. That's what this whole thing is messed up about. And Shiloh's just trying to cover his ass right now because he will and is going down for fraud, and Jack Stoof is going down for fraud with him. Jack Stoof is the only one who can save his own ass right now because actually they're probably going to blame Jack, say, hey, Jack, you got to take the hit for this. And Jack doesn't want to. I heard Jack went to Puerto Rico or whatever. He's running. He knows that this shit is going to blow their little scheme right out of the water. And I try to explain it to you people. If you don't want to, you don't have to accept it. You don't have to. But that all the clues are answered here in my videos. So take a little bit of time and learn it and understand it. You will see. It's the creativity. You're latching on. You're latching on to something you think, oh, Wyoming, I can't let it go. It's not. He says it specifically. I got better, and I hid it. I hid the chest in the Rocky Mountains of Wyoming in 2010. So it had been there 10 years until Shiloh dug it up and moved it. And he probably moved it in 2019, September or October or something like that. So this has gotten so convoluted from Shiloh trying to, and the Wyoming document, that is actual proof that Shiloh is trying to hide what he did by forcing Forrest Fenn at the end of his life. He didn't even go to court. You people know that. He had already settled in July with this document. It's another one created just to protect Shiloh's ass. If you people can't see that, then I can't help you. I don't have all the information, but this new information about coming out, Dale Neitzel, I think, I don't even know where it came from. Granny, thank you for the info and let me use that pictures. But that information right there validates that Forrest Fenn was waiting for the guy from July of 2019 to come forward and say, hey, I retrieved the treasure chest. But it should have been safe until I went back after I retired, June 24th of 2020, right? When did the treasure chest come out? June 6th. So I got screwed over by Shiloh. And I can't beat it into your heads, folks. If you don't want to accept what the actual true solve is, then that's fine. I've got these guys that come to my channel and they want to bust my balls, right? Like I said, I don't go to their channels and bust their balls. I root them on. Go for it. If you think you've got the solve, go for it. Ask for people to look at it. Ask for people to back you. But you come to my channel and you want to bust my balls and then don't expect me to say anything back. I can do that, but I know this is the right solve, folks. Bottom line, no matter what you say, no matter what you think, this is the actual solve. And I'm not, like, again, I'm not here to bust your balls that you were wrong. You were absolutely wrong. A lot of people had, did you notice when I put my Dancing with the Stars video out? I noticed after that date, there were probably 6 to 8 videos about Dancing with the Stars. They came out, right? I don't remember seeing that video before of other people. Bill Gorman came out with one. There's other people that came out with Dancing with the Stars. Look at my Dancing with the Stars video. There's a reason, and I gave you the definitions of dancing so you would understand it. Dancing with the Millennium. It's all there. Everything is there. Answered. It's so simple, but yet so complicated because it's imagination that you have to bring into it. And that quote right there, imagination is more important than knowledge. Forrest said it. He said it on the bell. He said it on the side. He said it verbally. So Think about it, folks. That's all I'm asking you to do. But Wyoming, you people that have Wyoming stuck on your brain, you're wrong. Forrest Fenn did that specifically so that he could say, I will agree to say that it's in Wyoming, because they let him put that comment in there. So the people that knew how the Rockies were built,
And the glaciers melted about 10,000 years ago, the boulders were left behind. Scientists had found two pieces of evidence that were responsible for the jagged looks of the Rockies today. A solitary boulder far into the area could have only been transported here by ice. Striations showed scientists that a glacier at least 1,000 feet thick covered the Rockies. Ice was responsible for the dramatic shape of the Rockies today. But the mountains keep evolving.
That's his hint of riches, new and old. The geology of Cimarron Canyon. The first half of the canyon is all new. The second half is all old. That's how he said, I can keep my secret where and hint of riches, new and old. Separated the Palisade South. Right there. Right? And when he talks about his favorite fishing spot, right there, intrusive igneous rock, because he uses the word intrusion in the Flywater story when he's talking about Palisade South. Read it again. Look at it again if you need to. Whatever. It's all there. I've explained it many times. You people say that I'm saying the same thing over. It's because you guys want to keep busting my balls and you don't actually look and use your own imaginations to see this is the actual true solve. So I was asked to come forward. I've stepped up, and I'm going to put out more information that's coming up. I'll actually do a small video on that, on the imagination, so people can see where it comes in and how it plays in. All right. So I appreciate you watching. Thank you. I hope this video helped you understand a little bit more of how this all pulls together. But Wyoming, forget it, folks. It wasn't in Wyoming. That's all Shiloh, because Forrest Fenn wasn't going to go into a video and go, oh, 9 minutes and 20 seconds, I said this. And he wasn't going to go into all of that. He was almost at his deathbed. Shiloh is the one that added all of those stuff in just to protect his own ass. Think about it. You know, with all the stuff that's out, that there was some fraud that went on. I'm giving you what happened. You can keep with your own twisted things that you think happened. I'm telling you what really happened. This is it. I'm telling you, full-fledged, honest to God, Boy Scouts honor. This is it. All right? This is the actual true solve that lines up everywhere, lines up right where it's supposed to. Even the clump of the boot. The Shy Guy said, what the clump of the boot? That's the ski boot at Angel Fire under Agua Fria Peak, which is the where warm waters halt. Folks, it's all there. It's all beautiful. Take another look at it. I'm not here to bust balls, like I said, but if you want to bust mine, I'll say a comment back or whatever. But I know Robert McQuaid and Bo Arrow and Kim G right now are the three top viruses that are still out there. And I still see them make comments on other channels. They'll go over to Bill. I saw Bo Arrow talking on Bill's comments. I put it all out there, folks. I put it all out there for you. So this information right here, I debunk completely Wyoming. And it's also, there's so many other things you can debunk in that document. It's September already, and Jack came out in what, August, right? So in the document that they signed in September, they said the finder wanted to remain anonymous. He wasn't anonymous anymore. The whole document is screwed by just that one comment. Okay, have a great day, folks. Thank you. Take care. I'm Dave Woodard, the man from the East, and I'll have more for you. Okay, folks, if you've made it this far into the video, thank you for watching. Now, what I want to say goes out to anybody that's watched this video and watched my other videos. You see that I've stepped up to say that I am the actual true solver of Forrest Fenn's treasure hunt. Let me fall on my face, okay? You people that try to shut this down, you are actually preventing the truth from coming out. You really are. You are literally being dumbasses to stop the actual true solve from coming out. Okay? I've stepped up. Let me fall on my own face. But this is what Shiloh is banking on, the stupidity of the Forrest Fenn community. If you just don't say it, don't say something stupid, because you're going to look like an idiot later. When this all comes out and you realize this is the actual true solve, you will look like the dumbass who just tried to prevent the actual truth from coming out, which is what you asked for. Okay? So let me fall on my own face. I'm stepping up as the guy who solved the treasure hunt. I'm stepping up as the guy who has every answer to every question you've had. I just proved it by coming out with the Toledo comment. That actually literally makes sense right there for what the Toledo comment is. Okay, and I've done a sandwich and a flashlight. I've done all of them. I've done every single thing. Look back in my videos. But when your comments, they are banking on your not seeing this. And that's why they're not coming out with anything. They haven't come out with anything. And whatever they do come out with, unless they tell you that this is the actual true solve, they are still lying. Forrest Fenn didn't want to do the cover-up. And that's why he still put out the things that he put out. He put out The Man from the East. I'm from Massachusetts. He put out, it was under a canopy of stars. That was the picture I showed you earlier in this video that I sent him. He knew, with the little picture of the guy, himself sitting on the gravestone and the cross, the one cross underneath him. He knew, Forrest Fenn knew that a guy solved it back in July of 2019. That's why you have emails from Dale showing that Forrest Fenn was waiting for me. And I apologize for that. That was on me. And I've taken that. I've said before, I fucked it up a long time ago in my other videos. I should have just told Forrest what my intentions were. But he tricked us so much, I just felt like, you know what, I'm going to mess with him a little bit. But I shouldn't be punished with Shiloh stealing the treasure chest. And if you people want to keep putting your stupid comments in here, then that's what's going to happen. The guy who really stole the treasure chest that you don't know, you have no idea. Everybody wonders what's going on. I'm telling you what's going on. But if you keep throwing your dumbass comments in, it's going to keep their side of the fraud going. That's what they're banking on. So again, let me fall on my own face. Back me, even if you don't mean it, whatever. I don't care. But I'm telling you right now, unless you understand and realize that there's only one solve out there. There is really, literally only one solve. And they're trying to make something up in Wyoming. And they've already screwed it up by pulling Jack forward. And they've already screwed it up by backing Jack. And then saying Wyoming. And now they don't know what to put out because they've been waiting this whole time watching me. Because last year, August 2021, was supposed to be, August 22nd, they were going to come out with a big reveal. They've hesitated. They waited. They didn't know Forrest Fenn's actual solve. Now they do. So what happens if they come out and say, hey, this is the actual true solve of Forrest Fenn. We knew it. Now, Forrest just wanted us to take the chest. What are you guys going to do? You've been mouthing off about the actual true solve. You have to realize they're going to come out with something. And I've stepped up, folks. I have. This is me stepping up, putting my face out there, putting my reputation out there, letting you know, yes, I screwed up. But yes, I did find the actual final resting place of Forrest Fenn's treasure hunt. And it should have been safe. So Shiloh is the one who stole that treasure chest from all of us. Okay? I say that every single time, and I'll keep saying it until they prove everything wrong. But if you keep busting the balls of the guy who really solved it, we're never going to get anywhere, folks. I swear to God, you're just delaying what should have already been done with last year. So smarten up. Anyway, just let it go. Let this solve show you the way. it's the way it's going to be answered. They need to come out with something to... They need to come out with something that's going to discredit this solve. And you people that pick on it or whatever, because of your own lack of imagination, that's what keeps it going. So I'm putting that out there. I'm asking the people who don't watch the videos and they just come on and want to bust balls to watch the videos and actually learn. The people that have watched my videos, if you don't understand it by now, then there's seriously something wrong with your lack of imagination. And I'll tell you that every day for the rest of my life. It's there. Everything is there, folks. It's all answered. Look at it again if you miss something. If you have a reasonable question, ask me. I answer individual people out there. I take my time and I try to do that. All right? Other people don't do that for you. I asked Barbara on a live show of hers. Barbara, I have a question. Where was your actual solve? Blah, blah, blah. And nothing. She wouldn't even respond. Barbara fell on her face, right? Because she stepped up and she sued. Let me fall on my face. Let me do it. But you guys there's so many out there that you want to still be the one and you're not. So let's get this out. Let's get this going. Let's finish it. Okay? And I'm the guy that's going to finish it. That's why I stepped up. So have some balls and just be respectful instead of an asshole. Okay? Thank you. All right. I'm done now.